Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. Yes, it's been a while. I've been very busy at work. But yeah, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting on this channel. I'm gonna continue as much as I can to keep uploading videos and sharing content with you guys. So thank you so much. And please, I know it's annoying. I know we none of us like it, but please, if you want to see more content, more videos, and if you want me to be able to, make more videos like today's video, make more video essays like the ones you've liked very much, it seems, and more reactions and more reviews for video game soundtracks, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you like the video. That really helps. This is a algorithm game, and it will definitely help me if you subscribe and hit that like button. So sorry I had to take that out of the way in the beginning because of course I want to get into the content. So in today's video, what I'm gonna be doing is sharing a new track that I'm gonna say it's like 95% there in terms of composition, maybe some little effects, transitions, and mixing, and a little bit of mixing, more mixing, and more and ultimately mastering. I gotta work on still, but I think it's a good place for me to share. And the reason why I want to share, and it gave me this idea, is when I bought a new plugin that I want to share, that I want to, I want to share here, and I'm going to share as we deconstruct this new track. But one of the things that I found interesting is that I started playing with the plugin and I came up with three simple notes that are these. Those three notes, and from there I ended up with a full track, just three notes. And I think it's interesting because if you're new in the channel and don't know, I'm not a professional musician, as in trained. I'm not classically trained. I basically don't know anything about music theory. I just make music because I love making music, and comes out. I listen, I hear stuff in my head, and I try to interpret them using a keyboard, and a guitar, and a software. So and the reason why I want to share is because, you know some of us might think, or some people out there might think, that it's very hard and it's very difficult and I don't know anything, or that for in order for the music to be good, it has to be very complex and very complicated. And yes, we like when we hear like the complicated things, and the very progressive, if you will, in the world of rock and stuff, where we're playing with tempos and different beats and all that. But it doesn't have to be that to be good. It can be very simple, and I'm going to show you an example here. I mean, I guess in my criteria, I think this is very interesting. And again, it's just based on three simple notes, these notes, and that's it. Of course, later on, I added more color, more, little different notes here and there to add color, to transition to a new bar, and etc., etc. But yeah, this composition is just those three notes. Out of those three notes, this entire track came out, and I'm gonna play it for you. Let me just share my screen. And again, if you don't know, if you're new in the channel, this is recent. This is Recent Studios 13, I think is the current version. Might be wrong. I think it's 13. But yeah, this is recent. This is my DAW preference. I know it's not like the best for video game composing because you can't play video, but hey, this is the one that I use. And this plugin that I was talking about is this sound came out of this new plugin that I'm talking about, which is called Solar. And the package is called Mercury, and it's by Spitfire Audio. So it's super interesting because it has a lot of, it's made of unconventional instruments. They recorded samples from unconventional instruments, just like made up instruments, if you will. It's very interesting, and the type of sounds that you get from this plugin are amazing, are crazy, crazy, crazy cool. And especially this one, like this atmospheric thing. It's super cool, and then you have a bunch of different, let's go, I don't know, dark, for example. You see that? So they're like kind of hidden different types of metal, and it reminds me of my teacher, Jason Graves, when he explained to us for a few of his soundtracks. He kind of called a sculptor to make a custom instrument for him, like just like for this game that's in a oil rig. I think I don't remember the name of the game. They built out of a sculpture out of metal of kind of a shape of an oil rig, but had spaces for him to smack things, for him to use the violin bow, for him to kind of play around with that custom made piece as an instrument. And it this plugin reminded me of that because it has, and I think I used this one. I'm gonna show you how I used it also in this track, other than the one that I just showed you. But yeah, it's a super cool plugin. Again, beautiful. Let's see effects, for example. Let's go. That's so cool. So yeah, very interesting plugin, and that's where I started actually with this track that I'm gonna be sharing. I just started playing around with this, and and the track I only used two of the presets. I think it's important to say I use presets for now. I didn't play around a lot with all these options. I gotta get familiar with everything and start making my own presets using the plugin. But for now, I just stuck to the presets that came with a plugin package, right? From factory, let's say factory presets. Anyways, that's the plugin Solar Spitfire, and the library that I bought was Mercury. Very much recommended. Super interesting. And having said that, let's play the track and then talk about it. Texture, kind of a atmospheric vibe there. You hear that? Those three notes. more movement. And that's the ending. And plays again until the end. Maybe I'll do a fade out there. So that's a track. I've been saying three notes. Maybe it's four, because this is actually what I ended up recording. So those are the three notes that I told you before. I guess there's another one there. That's the same. That's an octave. And that's that fourth note, if you will. So yeah, but technically everything came out of this, right? That's it. So it's not complicated. It's everyone can start making music if they want to. So let's deconstruct a little bit. So again, I started with those three notes. So from there, I just started adding some textures, right? And one of the things that I did, well, no, let me start with the beat, right? Once I had those three notes, and that became four later on, I started working on a beat for the song, for the track, right? And in my head, what I heard was this drum, very simple drum beat. Nope, I'm not playing what I should be playing. I'm sorry, it's this. Super simple, and that's a whole song just repeats that. Those are 8 bars. So even simpler than usual, because I usually do 16 bars for like a beat like this. This case it was 8. um and it's just this kick, right? This is the snare, and I mix the kick with this. So at the same time, these two are playing at the same time, just to add a little bit more of a click to the kick. And then I also sometimes, oh no, all of the times I think I did this clap with the snare. So they play together. Let me play it again so you can now you hear. So this kick, you can hear a little bit more of that click. And then this also, you can hear that sound. That's more obvious. Right? And then to that, I in a separate channel, I like to separate the highs and the lows from drums. In this case, I kept one channel for the lows, for the kick and the snare. And but I usually separate the highs, like the hi-hats and the cymbals, to a different track, because I don't want to add a lot of compression and all of the effects that I will add to the drums, right? So in this case, I did this hi-hat pattern. Doesn't really sound like a hi-hat there, a little bit more. It's just like this little tick that I liked. I wanted it to be very high, very crisp, and I think it still has a little bit too much reverb. But yeah, I wanted that clickiness, that very crisp clickiness to it, and then some variation, right? So it goes from being 4/4 to 3/3. That's the kind of the change that is there. Deet, 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 you know, so just found that was cool, that as a little touch, and then that variation with an open hi-hat. So it's playing with 4/4 3/4 tempo there. You can't even notice it. It's of course a 4/4 tempo song. So if we want, and then let's hear the drums with the hi-hat. Right? So that's that. And then I also added to the beat a drum, a bass, I'm sorry. So in this case, what I heard in my head was an auto bass. Bum 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 bum, right? So this is the bass that I wrote, and I think it's basically just those three notes, but on longer spans, right? More bars. Yep. And I don't know why it's on the left. That might have been a mistake. Yep. There you go. I need to clean that a little bit more because of the frequencies. I think the frequencies are clashing a little bit. I wanna make sure that my drum isn't clashing too much with the frequencies, low frequencies on the bass. So I gotta clean that a little bit. There's a little bit of muddiness too. So having that beat, then I started putting together the song, right? And the first thing that you hear in the song is this piano that I play with. What I did with this piano was I try to, let me mute it for now. So let me mute everything. I can't mute everything. Okay. Um, I want to adjust the clicker. So let's go to the end. So what I wanted to do, right, was kind of be off tempo. So ding 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 ding, right, with the tempo. Like let's play the clicker. Ding 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 ding. Now what happens is, first, I wasn't accurate in being on tempo, and second, my piano, I gotta set up my piano correctly because the what's it called, the I forget this, where is it, the buffer size is not correct, so I have a delay between the computer and the piano. So I was completely off of what I wanted, but then I felt like it worked. So what I did was go and yeah, I just kept it, what I recorded, and it was this. Well, here is with all the effects that I've been adding to it. So it has not all of the effect. It just has a reverb and a delay with presets. I might have changed a little bit of the, you see. Oh yeah, and then I quantized it, which made it worse. But then I just added some delay, and it just gave me this very atmospheric sound that I liked and kept. So that's how that's the first thing that you hear in the track. And then I also play with the pan, so I keeps going left and right to make it a little bit more unsettling. Also, you hear, the first thing you hear is this sound. I wonder if you know what this is. So if you don't know, this is just this in reverse. So I bounced this MIDI to audio and I reversed it and then just automated the volume a little bit, and that was it. Super cool in my opinion. I added a pitch drift. It's this is the track, right? So yeah, I added pitch drift, which it's basically um shifting the pitch. And then I added also this effect, OTT, multiband up and down compression, and played a little bit with it to make it sound a bit different also, and to give it a different vibe, which is kind of uh, creepy. But it's also, I don't know, I find it, this is one thing that I didn't mention. I can't identify what kind of video game would use this track or this type of music. So if you have any idea, leave me in your comments below. In the comments below, leave me a comment suggesting a video game that could use this type of music. What I would do is I would export this music, capture said video game, whatever you recommend, and put the music on top of that video game and see how it works. And maybe I can do a montage of several of your suggestions. So yeah, we can do that, and it will be fun. So then the very next thing, of course, that you hear is the our melody, call it melody if you will, which are the notes, the three notes, right? This is the intro of the track. Okay? And then the transition. And for the transition, I just use these two audios in reverse, and then these two. And this audio is that other effect that I used in Solar. There you go, the name, Solar 2 Bounced. is the mantis something, I want to say. Um and this is the original sound, right? This is the and this is reversed. So again, that plugin is very cool for those weird sounds that I feel make music very unique. But yeah, that's and this I don't even remember where I got this. I got it from my library and just liked how that sound, like a very brassy synth there. Again, also in reverse. If we reverse it again, it's just that. And then the whole thing plays with the beat, of course, right? The beat comes, but I also introduce strings playing the three notes, playing the melody. So what I did was I did tremolo. Well, I used Spitfire as well, Spitfire symphony orchestra, and I used violins here, like the section of violins, and tremolo. So right, it's that, and then for a lower octave, I used cello, just in legato, just cello, right? So it adds a little bit more to the melody. And all of that also having some impacts to add some punchiness. I added that a little bit. They're almost imperceptible. You can't even perceive them a lot in the track. They're just like a little punch there that you, how do you say, there are things that you sense that you hear but don't listen. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes most of the textures and stuff are there, but you're not necessarily listening because you're listening to the melody, you're listening to the rhythm and the beat and all that. But then you hear stuff that are in the background that you're not like actively consciously listening to. They're just there adding to it, right? So I think that the those beats, it's for me, that's what they do. So let's play it all together. You see, you can't really listen to the, but it's there. If you take it out, something's missing. Okay, and then I bring in the hi-hats of the drum. I just wanted to keep a few. I just want to repeat the full melody a few times, 16 bars of the melody a few times. And I think here for the third time, I play it. This section here, it's exactly the same. So I'm thinking that I might add something to the second time in this section, just to keep building and keep the song moving. Um, but I'm happy where it is. In this case, for this section, I bring in again the piano here, this texture, and then I also bring in the hi-hats, right? I had it blocked, and now I'm bringing in the hi-hats for that movement. Okay. And I also have this audio that is wind chimes. So these wind chimes I also have in reversed, and I just added the OTT just to bring up the mids and not the highs, just a little bit of the heights and nothing of the lows, just to avoid noise. I also added this what you call it, the delay, this ROM, which is a reverb plugin, and oh, I you guys didn't see it. There you go. So reverb, and then a pitch drift. I might add a little bit more. Yep. 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 No, like 75 was good. So these are just wind chimes. Let's reverse. You can tell much better there that these are just wind chimes, right? So how do we reverse? I always think that wind chimes and these kind of plucky bells in reverse are very unsettling. So I like that texture for this section. Again, it's something that you don't necessarily listen when everything's playing. But it's there. I brought up the volume a little bit. But if I take it away, so I that's something that I really like, that texture. So I brought it in. Again, very much recommend that you record your own samples and sounds. That's in a video that I have here in this channel where I give 10 tips to make your music your own. And one of the tips is record stuff, even with your phone. And or you can get one of these little mics. Where is the mic? The TikTok mics. Oh, where is it? Oh no, I was charging it. Yeah. So you can even get one of these little microphones that you can connect to your. Let me just go full screen so I can show you. This microphones, lavalier microphones that you connect to your phone, and then you use this and record stuff. Record your own sounds that you can then sample in your music. I mean, that's one of the best ways to make music your own. So then I have let's say two rounds of that, right? And then what I do here for the last two times we play the whole motif is I brought in more one more violin that is not doing the tremolo, so it's this one, and we're playing in a different notes, right, key, if you will. Again, I'm not a true musician, I'm not a trained musician, so I want to say it's key. So I combine the melody that we have, I keep playing it with the solar, right, the solar here, and then I play it in horns, with horns, right? But then with the violins, I switch to a different key or notes. I think our fourths of the actual melody. I can't tell. You guys tell me. But I thought it sounded very cool. It adds a little bit of hope, in my opinion. It reminds me of the Outer Worlds now that I'm listening. Right? Some variation there. And then I repeat. So that brings a different movement to the motif as well. So I really like it. Let's hear it. Let's hear the entire thing. Same beat. Everything else is the same. Okay. And then I play the same thing again, but I add a new little thing, let's say. I bring in these two synths. Sorry about that. These two synths that let me show you the synths. This is the Anthem analog synthesizer. This is a universal audio, a universal audio plugin. And to be honest, I used whatchamacallit, I used presets. I didn't play around with. I usually start, like, I reset the whole module and then start playing with the knobs and such. But in this case, I liked this preset, the Android Metal. And for the second synth, I liked the cassette strings. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that. So what I did was a V shape. When I say V shape is the pans for each of them are one to the left, one to the right, but not necessarily like 100%. I learned that from what's his name? I learned that from the rapper, from the producer, Timbaland. I remember I saw his master class, and that was something that he's always told his engineers, like V shape. Anyways, and he's playing on that fourth. Is it the fourth? Whatever. Fifth? I don't know. I'm not sure. And that's it. So let's play that section with everything together. And then it ends. And that's a song. That's it. That's a song. Very simple. How many channels are we talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21 channels. And some of these channels are buses. So we're talking about less than 20 channels. So I think, I think it has enough body and enough sound and texture for it to not need much more. I think it's more like the work now. It's in mixing and mastering and EQing all these channels. I did a little bit before I did the video, but not much. So I think it's now a matter of EQing, mixing, and all that. Um, but yeah, this is a full track. One thing that I wanted to show you was this little track here, which is, how can I make it bigger? I want to make it bigger. There you go. Well, not that big. Um, I wonder if I can um see. Yeah. So look at this. This is what I recorded with that other effect in Solar. And then I bounced this, right? And I picked different sections to make this transition. Right? That's basically what I did here. So if I showed you, maybe this is the one. There should be one that has everything I did. Let me see if I can find it. Or if this got rid of. Oh, there you go. So I recorded all of these things. I think this is in reverse still. Yeah. There you go. And I want to show you what I did to accomplish that. Because, again, my mission here with this channel is to tell people, musicians, people who like music like I do, hey, just start, just start, just start, just start making music. You don't have to be a seasoned musician. You just want to start doing it. So let's add here a new Solar, and let's look for that effect. I think it was Mantis something, right? Here it is. Mantis. I don't know. I don't remember which one was it. I mean, I still have it here, I think. Let's look for it. Mantis Cast. Okay, so it's this, right? And I'm gonna be 100% honest. All I did for that, for what I got and for what I used in transitions was this. Did you see that? Let me go full screen. I just did this. Oh, sorry about that. And, I ended up with something like this. So just start playing around, have fun with the instruments, with the plugins, with the software, and you know you'll end up doing fascinating things. Not that I am a genius or anything, but you know uh, just start making art. The world deserves you share your passion and your art. That's something that I learned from somewhere, someone. Anyways, that's a track. That's the track I just did today. It took me maybe 3 to 4 hours. I started, did 2 hours, then played Borderlands 4, which I'm playing lately, and streamed like an hour or two of Borderlands 4, and then came back to it and got it to the point where I said, you know what, I'm gonna share with the with in the channel, and that's it. So please, what kind of game what kind of game should I try this music in? Like, just go to the comments below and give me suggestions of existing games, not genres, but let's say existing games that we can capture, I don't know, a minute, 3 minutes, and then put this music on top of it, and let's make that comp, let's make that montage of different video games, playing with this music, and see, let's see how those work. I don't know, I'm going into a, like, maybe a futuristic kind of vibe. I don't know if it's cyberpunk or cyberpunk-ish. But it's something like futuristic in my mind for now, but I'm not sure. So sorry, apologize. So let me know what kind of game would you like me to try this music on, and I can make a video with a montage of all those games you guys suggest. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this song or this track. I keep calling them songs. I don't know if I should call a video game soundtrack a song, um more than a track. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you think about that. But anyways, I hope you like this track and the process of it all, and I hope it inspires you to start making your own music, even though you feel like you're not like a seasoned musician or you're not ready. You are. I was never ready, and I started, and I'm not making the greatest music in the world, but I'm making something that I love, and that's the important thing. Be happy and enjoy your time in this life, in this earth, on this earth. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please, if you want me. I want to continue making these videos. I want to be able to post and to upload a bunch of videos a week, and the only way I can do that is if you subscribe and hit the like button. If you like it, if you don't like it, hit the dislike button. That's all cool. But if you like it, hit the like button and hit the subscribe notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video. You have no idea. That's like making a donation to me without paying a penny. So just hit the subscribe button and I will appreciate it forever. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.